So I've been seeing a lot of people online talking about the Insurrection Act and martial law. And some are using the two interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. And honestly, understanding the difference matters because both can carry serious implications for our rights and our democracy. So I thought I'd make a video to break it down, simple and clear. Let's start with martial law. Martial law is when the military takes over civilian government functions. That means your constitutional rights can be suspended. Things like freedom of movement, protections against unlawful arrest, even your right to a trial. It's only been declared a couple of times throughout the U.S. history. The most well-known example was Hawaii during World War II, right after the Pearl Harbor attack. The islands were placed under full military control. Courts were replaced by military tribunals, curfews were imposed, and civilians could be arrested by soldiers. Another example, in 1871, after the Great Chicago Fire, the governor declared martial law to stop looting and maintain order, again putting soldiers temporarily in charge of the city. That's martial law, a total suspension of civilian rule. Now, the Insurrection Act is different. It's a federal law that allows the president to deploy troops inside the U.S. to restore order or enforce federal laws. But it does not suspend the Constitution. Civilian government stays in place and the courts continue to function. It's been invoked several times in history. For example, in 1957, President Eisenhower used it to send federal troops into Little Rock, Arkansas, to protect Black students from integrating Central High School. It was also used in 1992 when President George Bush sent troops to Los Angeles during the riots that followed Rodney King's verdict. In both cases, the military was used under civilian authority, not replacing it. So here's the key difference. Under martial law, the Constitution is essentially suspended, and the military runs the show. Under the Insurrection Act, the Constitution still applies, but the president can use the military to enforce domestic law, which can still be dangerous if abused. So when people say we're under martial law or the Insurrection Act is coming, it's important to know what these words actually mean and what they don't, because confusion gives power to people who want to use fear and chaos to expand control. And if you're not paying attention, that's how your rights get eroded. Not all at once, but piece by piece, under the guise of keeping order. Thank you so much for listening, and if you actually have questions, leave them down below.